Hi all, Ismael, super stuff. Big respect to Ismael and all the crew. And I'll just go straight in with this. Piatata ku yatatuna mami ati yatsakua sabayata na nanayo kiyoata abasayo sayoata sayawaya tuaka kuyatata nanamaya kuatata namaya ya iatuata Sambayo, eya tuakao, ayakateo, Sambayo, tuatao, tiatakao. Pasayoata, pasaweata, kuatiatata, nanamayuata, kuayasiatata, kuayata, kuatata, namayatu, kuyasha, shababa, shabakiatata, nuayata, suyatata, nuayata, oyata. Sayu aku ayatu atu aku atiatana mamayata. Thank you. Thanks everybody. Super stuff.
Thank you, Messi. Thank you.
Swata.
Now Edgar.
Yeah. Thank you, Wesley. Thank you, Ismael, and thank you for the rest, everyone in the group. Yes, sealing everything with trust, sealing everything with love, sealing everything with only those that are here to just bring love, bring us all together, and bring our intentions magnified for the benefit of the many. Thank you.
Thank you, Edgar. Thank you. Anne.
Hi guys, thank you. With the highest good in mind, with all the love here in my heart. Asiakia rishiaka inaya, hushiniakarari, hishiakara ino hoya, shia koya. Oh, akaria, sikiara, uari, ri, hishika, kikiaka, rikia shiokaranya moya. Krashia kisiana, shia sikiana, aikiati kiasaka. Namaste.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you. Veronica. Microphone.
With all the love, guidance, and protection, and all those blessings. Siriani Krishna Nini Andushtu Bongo, Karmani Nini Andita Papa Nini Ashitumboki. Sadanani Manika, okay, that Tierra. Il boy Girinandi Stiribinga Dainena, Yerena, no do Purumbu Yimine. Do Gambaini non di tinda Kukurure, Amananda Tirai, Tirinai, Tirinanda, Randa, Sydney, and Yambo, Yimisi. Tumbuku moe ni anditi apolo no siana na ya. Taruyo moe ni ana kakao ya pasia na ya mandia titi de ta nomboi. Tanaka ya yare anamia koe manisia ni anatakia kaka nemekia tinikia tupui ni shinato woye ne anadie. Waene ana kwa sinyandi piana ni anda kaimi siti ano yoro ni anda kikire mani siti no yokoye arana maitiara. Tukoya ere anaya nanao yamaene yanandoi yanayanto yunoinam. Sukiriana yana mayera nandoira yamayene neini sukuro yororo yono mama yae. Taka nai ni titi peke yere natsi ni nika ya nana ya makuku yere atanda ye. Soye te amaninti ke yara ya ta ya makua. Shana dai. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you. And now we are gonna start with a meditation. I'm going to do also a blessing. And as I do the blessing, let's start taking deep breaths, allowing a golden energy coming from the universe. Feeling our bodies and letting this golden energy also go to the center of Mother Earth. So we are incredible and magnificent links connecting the wholeness with Mother Earth. When we are taking the deep breaths, we take this energy, this golden energy. When we exhale, we let the tension, problems go away. We let them go to the center of Mother Earth as well. And in the center of Mother Earth, they transform into energy. They become nature as well. And we let all the tension come out. When we exhale, we feel expansion. When we inhale, we feel this lovely divine energy to get in our bodies and circulate with a beautiful and pleasant flow through our system, through our organs, through our body. Ta kuhatai kuai shakan tuota kai hota ana wata ia tai siku ana kuata. Echakaku macha isi ko nata io mata io suata. E na kuata mata. O mata kana mata tata huata ida. O mata nakamatuma tata matata uma. O ma hatai tina makamatuma sinaka. Hana machama kumata taini takumata takamaka tamata. Eshe kakuta tachama kamatama kamamatua. Ama kamacha umai shikita na kumata takimiki ya kumata tayo. O mahana na mahi tata umata kama. Ama hachina kumai shakwa. Kana kumata tanama katina kumata tayowa. tina kumahata usita ana a us a ni isha hana ana uhoti achawata tika wana taisha kwatantu mata isata kumba papaisha kunta ana kunna an isha anna wa kaawata ishwata ohana kaita kwata nawa na isiawa. Indeed, you humans are unifying and understanding gradually more and more how your minds interfere in your natural flow. When you do these gatherings, you unify yourselves as one channel. This is why you might sporadically start talking about something that logically hasn't got any apparently sense. It might not have much sense to your logical mind, but gradually you start finding that there is so much that you can learn when you unify and you let the divine line circulate through the massive channel that you all become at once. You are advised to be also very compassionate, very tolerant with yourself, and it's important to stop being so harsh in yourselves, trying to do everything in a way that the mind considers to be perfect. As this vessel Ismael mentioned before, you are already perfect the way you are. You've got many songs in your planet that brings constantly this message. Singers are active channels. Some might be bringing messages which are not resonating high, but many others are bringing messages to Earth that are really high in vibration, supporting the process of evolution that you are living as we speak. Any expression is or represent your soul taking action, your divine spirit talking through you, whether you do painting, drawing, whether you create a movie, a video, or any way of expression, is actually you being more in alignment with your souls. That's why we constantly send these messages to this vessel so that he can communicate to the rest of the world the importance of humanity taking action at this moment of evolution. You are helping and only helping yourselves when you do that. Do respect each other in their process, as your brother Edgar has mentioned. You are all in the perfect spot of evolution. So let be everyone the way they are. None of you is truly mistaken. You are just experiencing, expanding, remembering who you are. So let everyone experience and have joy in their journeys. Dihania maisia na o masuona istitianama. Onaika kumaistina na. Esta nakuo nasi eka wata. The first who should start being more tolerant is yourselves with yourselves. This vessel, sometimes when he do not express something in the way he believe that is correct, as the language he's using at this moment is not his mother language, he creates a conflict within himself and takes sometimes the frequency from us so that we can flow through him. It does takes the width of some width from the channeling, like you do experience when you are having an internet connection and you are using a massive, powerful program that takes the bandwidth away. When you let your mind interferes with worries or with this sense of perfection that you've been programmed to, you are blocking or reducing the bandwidth and offering resistance. We tell you there is no mistake. We tell you what is always important is the essence of your intentions. Stop judging each other by silly with because they might do silly mistakes. And focus more on what and why they are doing that, not from a logical point of view, but from a sense of why this is happening. What do you feel in your heart when something is happening and interacting with another brother or sister. Stop being so judgmental. You are here and you have the tool from your minds to discern. To compare in many occasions, and comparison can be positive but can be also very destructive, very harmful. So use comparison to bring positiveness into your lives and to the life of others. And when you do the same towards yourself, please be more gentle. Enjoy life. You're here to enjoy. You're not supposed to take life in the terms that you are taking it so seriously. Sometimes you believe that having fun is not taking life seriously. That is part of your programming. Gradually, you will be opening your hearts to experiencing more and more joy, to let your children, your inner children, to come out and play again. You never stopped being the child within. You are always a child, a very wise child. So let yourself be. Ati hanaho ataho vai chukuata papa. Tanaka mahashuko mama macho 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 ma. Mama isena mama o mama shoma shoma. O mama shoma shoma tikana kuma mateta. Tana kuma chatana kuma haitena kuma mama tare kuma shoma. Esha mama tuma isha nideke miyawa. Mama kuma tata mama pa chukuantai chukuntata inte. Okay, so gradually come back, and also we don't stop. They always tell me to don't stop this connection, this grounding exercise. They always ask me to stop making these exercises as exercises itself, but to remind and remind everyone that this is something that we're supposed to do at all time, to have this connection to Earth at all times, this connection to the wholeness, to the universe at all time, not only in certain times of your day or for a group when you gather with someone. To create consciousness and awareness of your connection to everything is the healthier thing and the best thing that you can do towards yourselves. So they tell me you can always do many things at once, and you have to start experiencing that. Sometimes you think, or we believe that when we are doing channeling or when we are doing grounding, that's all we can do, one thing or the other. They keep telling us we are incredible beings, that we can be doing so many things at once from a sense of awareness. We've been programmed to be like one tasking, no? Like one task at a time. They keep saying the more you open, the more you flow with the divine, you will be discovering that you can be doing so many things at once, as you are God and goddesses. So it's time to start remembering that and admitting that and accepting that. And like this channeling say, they pointed at me because I am like that. I've been programmed. I come from a family of doctors, dentists, psychologists, psychiatrists, and I've been in an environment where everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be, there shouldn't be a mistake. And as soon as you were making a mistake, you were pointed or you were punished and you were maybe criticized. So to me personally, and I recognize this while this entity was mentioning these things, I say, yeah, I still have a lot of work to do on this, a lot of work to do on this, and to clear a lot of programming because it still affects me. And what we do when we do this clearing, when we really find out that that's so silly, really, and what they say, no, what really matters is the intention. What really matters is that you are putting your heart here, and that's what really matters. They were telling me, like, that's what matters, Ismael. Do not worry. Do not worry if you are using wrong sentences or what your mind considers wrong sentences or wrong words. Just let yourself flow, because that's what matters. And when we pay too much attention to these mistakes, is what they say, what we are doing is blocking the conduct, blocking the conduit, blocking the flow of the bandwidth, because they keep saying that's not important. It's your mind only considering that is important because you were raised in that way. And that's something that for me especially and specifically is a never-ending work. I'm working every day on this, and I think it's important to say this in public because I feel that, I feel daily that many brothers and sisters have been going through similar stuff like I have been, and hopefully my experience will help also them to release that control, that self-control that we have in ourselves. It's really silly, honestly. You do not punish yourself for being like that. Neither. I'm not saying that. You don't have, and this entity that came through wasn't saying that. It's just accept yourselves the way you are. It's very important, and the more you do that, the more you are going to see that everything flows effortless. When you focus too much with the mind, everything offers resistance. Everything creates something that makes you feel life more slow. Even your expression itself, it goes slow, it gets stuck. The more you worry, the less you worry, the more you allow everything to come effortless. Even if you use a wrong word, it's going to sound, that's what they're telling me now. Even if you use the wrong word, the rest of people are going to feel incredibly well, because you are not focusing whether you are using the right word or the wrong word. You are focusing more in bringing the message of love that you want to bring to the world. And that is what is going to create the impact in the rest of people. And that's what we need to, I'm taking this as a big reminder for myself and for what is ahead of me in the years coming, because it's really important to relax a little bit more and enjoy the path and enjoy the journey.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Rega. Thank you.
Ismael, I have to tell you that so many things that you did right now and said right now that are so profoundly powerful. Number one, when you're speaking about your mind speaking to you and trying to organize these things and say, does it fit there? Does it not fit there? Do you match it? Are you perfect that way? When you remove your mind out of the way, you start to think with your heart. Realize, for example, that we're speaking a language of light and we have no idea what that sounds like, or what it is, or how to even write it out. And we have no issues saying it how it is. So the fact that, because it's the heart letting it out.
Mhm.
But you're talking about yourself saying, I don't know if I said that correctly or not. It's like myself is saying to you, what are you talking about, dude? You're speaking in languages that nobody else will understand except us, and you don't quiver to say, did I say that right? Nevertheless, in the English language versus Spanish, you're actually, trying to make sense if it makes sense or not. Forget it. Let it out. It's amazing.
Thank you, Eka. Thank you. Yeah. This is also so important. They are telling me it's also important that those things that you consider weaknesses in yourselves, it's also important to share it with your brothers and sisters, because you are not going to only get support from them like Eka did with me right now, but you are also gonna see how similar you are, how much how many things are happening equally to each other as we go through these paths, of ascension, and sometimes we need these reflections towards each other. Sometimes we need this mirroring to each other, just to bring more calmness and more peace in our life and in our own journeys, which at the end of the day we are making it one here when we do this gathering. Like this entity say, you are unifying and being one soul, expressing at once. And that was the feeling that I was having before when we started, before the recording, that we are actually being one. We are being one, and that's why at first everything sounds so random and so, why we are talking about this, and then gradually at some point everything makes so much sense and it's so incredible, and our eyes open like plates and we say, oh my God, this is really interesting, this is really amazing. And we are the first one that gets surprised with ourselves from what we are saying, and originally we don't even know why we are saying these things. So it's amazing to have these sharings, these opportunities to say, look, my weakness is this, my other weakness is that, and to don't feel ashamed about it. That's very important, because this is also allowing the human being heal. When we stop being shameful about ourselves, we are allowing ourselves be the way we are, and that's very important because in that moment we are loving ourselves. In that moment we are putting the obstacles away in terms of loving ourselves, and sometimes we unconsciously or subconsciously we are blocking that from happening.
And
So,
at the same time, as you were saying before, the humbleness,
exactly,
you realize that silently, without being humble, even though that you're going through some experiences, like, is this right? It's not, I'm not really sure if I'm saying it right. Look at the banner behind you. It says this is week number 66, that you have courageously put yourself out there. And that gives courage to anybody who says, if he's doing it, I'm throwing myself in too.
Exactly. That's something that my guides, exactly what you say, my guides have told me so many times. Your imperfections are helping others to reach the courage to come out there and do what they're supposed to do out there. Because if this guy with a second language is putting his courage there to run his groups, why everybody can, and that is something very powerful that we've been programmed to feel shameful and to feel really crappy about these things, when they are actually, when you are authentic and when you are raw, and we show that to the rest of people, we are actually supporting in many ways, so many. And yeah, you just say that, God, perfectly. I mean, this is something that they keep telling me. You are perfectly the way you are, because just by the way you are, they tell me, you are teaching without even knowing that you are teaching, without even knowing that that reaches to people, that reaches to people's hearts. So do not worry about anything. They always tell me, do not worry about anything. Do not worry about the outcome. Do not worry about the way you sound. Just be the love that you are, and everybody will be happy.
Yeah.
And this applies to everyone. And obviously, it's not accidental that we are talking about this today.
Yeah.
It's like incredible. I mean, I feel so happy to have also the opportunity to express this. So nice, so nice. Yeah. And are you struggling with the computer?
Yes. Today the technology is not my day.
You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I guess. Well, no, I just think for me, what I really, the whole like concept of helping others is something that we think we have to actively do, but like just like, you know, oh, we're doing this and it's for others, not for ourselves. It is for ourselves. And just by being our authentic selves and sharing our stories, that's how we're healing ourselves, letting other people feel seen and heard, and allowing them to access a deeper level of healing that can't be done by anybody else except for themselves. So it's this like chain reaction that that we're, you know, a part of. And it's not that we are this like the person pushing the domino. It's like we are the dominoes, and everybody's the dominoes, and we're all connected, and it just keeps on going and going. It's infinite. And yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautifully said as well. Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much. So beautiful, so beautiful. And I have had a request in a private message for a sister who is having a really difficult times in terms of feeling a lot of attacks around her house and her place and her family. She has small children, and also she's going through many difficulties, and she feels that there are entities around her place, and she asked me if I can check with you guys if you will be happy to do a light language transmission, like a collective light language transmission, that she could listen to it or play at some point from the video, and listen to it so that she can clear all the stuff in her house, and that way we'll be helping the children, the grandmother, the husband, herself, and everyone. At the end of the day, like Anne said, and like Edgar said, and like the entity say, we are helping everyone. If we do these things, we are helping, including ourselves. So if you feel happy to do this transmission now, thank you so much, because yeah, it's gonna be very well appreciated. And she is really in one of these pivotal change in her life. It's so important that now something give them some support so that they can make the move that they need to move for everyone, for the daughter, for the whole family. And this is dedicated to everyone who is feeling in this sort of situation. I think in one way or another, we are all feeling constantly and daily in this situation as well. No, in a situation we are in constant changes, and if we receive these light languages also for ourselves, they're going to be also very supportive in our life individually for each person here as well. So yes, whenever you are ready, if you feel like it, unmute your microphones and participate in this light language transmission. If you don't speak light languages, Rehab, we always feel that just praying or a prayer for putting this intention is equally effective. In this group, we don't demand from anyone to speak the light languages. There are no demands apart from respect and tolerance. Yes, only that. And so if you want to join us, do not feel like discriminated because you don't speak the light languages. Do not feel it at all, because we are not only here to speak light languages. We are here to bring love to the world, to support humanity, to support ourselves here, like we say before, like in a Formula One pit. And yeah, that's all that matters really. So if you feel like doing some prayers for everyone who is feeling in similar situations, please do join this unifying energy. And whenever you are ready, please go ahead and start. Cha naka kuata cha wocha hikachi ni kuchana. Ana nata tu nata ishuntu na kuanta wanta yostina wanta idiana. If ni akumasti nakuma. If nakuata nita na. If nikakunata kia nakuanata. If nakuantata tutnitia kuama. Sana kuma sentano mata taistena
Koia papa patu aka kateneata.
saya
mama,
ayawata shatana wama
Koayata.
jana kumacha kuanata kumatana kumatana hanamaka tata isha na kuata
Saya na manayama mama wata taku
papa papa te kuti tata katutu papa katutu yana
saya wa ya tu saya papa sanu ya
papa te kiti kiata
mana mama mi wata shaka tu aka
kata tu winda tata wima mama pakatu
papa you wata
kana mama maishu manchu
saya baba saya baba banua ya tata mama
takia kwa shawacho waneki na neki yoshuma o manchu mama
oya sa ya ta
yana o mahina o maisa mama maishu mama mama
Shri kaka kuya tata saya wata uya paka
tawa hisawaya namahuma
sama mamuya ka payaku saya waya tua Aya nama mayua. Sana mama waka kuwa ya tata. Saya waka su atatu ato.
Kia nia ko. Aya kia ko ia kia ko.
Kuya tata
Sia
waka.
kia ko kia sia kia ko. Sia
Tamba
kia
ba
kia kia
waka.
kia oi sia nana ya 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 kaya ta. Oh ya 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 kutina ya. Oh ya 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 no ishiaka.
Waya suwa ya tu waka ku waya tati yata nana maya tu ya saha. Baba ya ta kuya ta tatu ya ta tatana ya mama yuwa kuya tata.
Jakwa mata chuata chakaya kuwata na kuma tata tawo tato suwata ya mama matu asha. Jakwa no kana makuma chagani chachawana.
Ashika.
Mami yakiana.
Oh,
Oh mama
hatawa ya ne hitia mama huma
yakiana.
chawata.
Shiva ba tu akata tia tata
Wapapapa
tana maya
nini
sa
aku
baba
nini
waya
aku mana nini ya wana
tuna
kawata
kata
nini ya
tu
wana nini ya wana.
Akia.
Siana
Sikina
baba bikin na
niatar.
bititikia mpaka tu
Sikia
tatatan.
Ari, shiaka. Ari.
Tapao mama batu mama isu mama
Yo estoy nai kaya yara no ye ya
Hewa asaba sewa soyo ta tu akata tatana mama yuwa tu sa sana ya ta kayewa ta uatata tatanwa. Ukoya tia ta talayawa sayawa ta baba yawa siwa ta tuata tatuna ya mama uata.
sayo masiana. Ana umana isawaya no swa.
Ababa su kakuya ta.
Nau machu otia wapaka
Oh,
wa.
aya nai
Wana
kaya,
wamacha
oh
watia
aya
na
kaya nai,
umahana.
oh aya.
Umatiana kwata na kumania Niana makumania na omnea niama. Nini akumana na nini akumana tumana ichawamana. Ana kumata mana.
Oya kaya tiana.
Mana tiwa makana mana.
Siyata sana mama waya tata papa yawa ka tu tata kia tata na ya mama kuya tata suwaga.
Yakati Sitiala Kayashiakati. Ai Nayakati Anayakati Aniakanalechi Aniakati
Anakanda tunakani dama macha chaka. Harena
Baba, Free Baba, Sabayaku Wataka.
Gianumo Anita Nama. Sharana Hanamaishian.
Doi baini asindia mayana kiki yere. Ini ananditi aku ikiri mati duri na manindi kirya to boy duri kena na ini dodi masiri na na ini kriya ta turu boyina sikana
Sianaya kiyokaya, siania koyania, sia koyana ioa.
Nakakaini katai shaku hatani
Maka.
Nakanakuwa taishikan tawa. Tinikaku matai nikuanana. Jawanda papaya. Kuontani kiannetin sinni ja umma. Mä kun tikatana kun nikkawan tiisuntien kuon. Tininkin makatatai.
Papuata, Sayawata, Kuatatana, Nanamayua, Tati, Tatata, Saya Baba, Kuatatata, Naniata.
Takama bakpai ni neki atutu neki te shikuku koton tiki te ana kumata tatai neki tiki akubok tatai shitian. Papa tutu chistana kupa papa titi shikutu
Poishaka, Ikiana, Shikialia, Tiania, Kiasiania, Kiatalaga, Namaya Kitiana. Sitianaya Kari so Maya Kakakayasha. Shusianina Kiania Katari Tiania Yakayashwamai Tia. Shisiaka, Shisiaka, Shisiaka.
Tatanada tatutu rikitia na tatu mara titi roku papa pari kititia tutu akaka tutu
Siwa sa tuwata taya tuwata tatanama mama yuwata koi sayawata. Okay, yadiwa sayawa tatawa tata nananiata kayata ko hayata tatawata sawati tata tatawata tata katatoto katati wata di wakata tata
Ba shaka
Baba did the way at Panuata. Kau yo asuata. Ayata ha. Kueta. Sayota. Kaiwata dawata. Uata yata. Payata. Kaiwayata sunba.
Kiasiaka.
Kiyata wayata waya sayawa.
Siakianaya.
Samamayi wata.
Uia,
Kuwata.
ia, uia.
Anuwayata ta niyata ta sayawata tuwaka kuwata iyata.
Ushisiania kiasa.
Sabaya sawa sayawata
Uainia
kuwata.
kiasa laia. Shiamiaka kalalaya katiana.
Ona yama siwaya tuwakata kuwata ta nanaya ya siwa suwata ta. Kaiyawa siyawata. Baba nani yawaya ta tuwaya ta maya tuwaya ta tuwa ta. Kata ya ta
Ushitia kaya si. Okoitia la kiania kaso. Ala siekoni. Ala si. Oi, ai. Oshia kia tala.
Fui,
Papa Rua Saya Tatuaka Kaya Papa Panai Atuaka Ho Sayata Sana Maya Wayata Kuatata Sihwata Tuata Papayata Kamai Wata Sanua Sanamama Mamai Wata Kuatata Kana Yakan Saya waya, saya waya, saya waya, saya waya, saya waya, saya waya, saya waya. Wasaya mama mama bua ta tia katua ka kakia ta saya wa sawata iya saya wa
Sikiana. Sikia.
Papa banaya wa
Kaya. Si anikia sha si ala nyanyoti sutia kisiala kiasha. Oisheniaka pai la liano tsiakilaki tiakala. Oi janai kialai sialamo ikiani yakuani yakuani yakariani yakuabaiani yakayata uaiani yakaiani yauamaita isi yakarianta aka uia
Taininda tipiri tian tuku musu kukuiri nangi kiti pakina ita nondo sumungo ini atakai. Shai nai nanduki anandi tiga tambu. Ye rani ananda ye maya no ina. Sutinda yara nane anda kuire niana suiti apa ye me andu igana ya Satandaya tiata puinia masikia te amuena masukia mayora nayana
Alainia caritia tia la shikiatayana. Oshiakia tia siakia no. Sialaya sikiala ya.
Ya bakoye Naya makuya naya saina. Kukomo monka toi tanana sapai kine ananda kuiti te yana sumbokuye. Kukomana ye yerana kite yerana sukumbo itite na yanambo shoyo.
Ayania
Tana makia kierea tatia.
Ayania
Suturu moini. Sukaba yene anaitita. Todo boina sambo como inata yoko.
Ayaina
Soya yarena niana no.
Sata sayawata tatuata tadana nanai mai wayata kuata sa sawata sayata
Mayataka Yerumanatasa Ayakoyana Natasha Ayataka Mayanatosu Ayakayana Atoma Yanatasha Ayatakoyanasu Ayata Yakoyana Asha Mayakoyana Ata Mayakoyana Asuma Ayakawayanata Amwaya Koyana Ashu Ayasuma Ayakayana so Ayataka Atukayana Atusa Ama Ayatakoyana Amayatakayrana Asamayata Amayakoyana
So virinaina aine ya karuama kunde itayana yona
Osikia no hiaka, asinia shoayaka, mahaini o hiaka ishiaka. Oh.
Ayakwayana Tokoma Tasa Ayata Kata Ayata Anatasa Ayata Kata Omayata Tatasu Ayata Atata Suyaka Amayata Uala Ayata Tatasaka Anatuma Ayata Kata Oyata Natayata Ashuma Yakwayana Tosu Amaya Kwayana Tosu Ashuma Ayakwayana Ashto Atasa Ayakwayana Ayakwayana Ashumayana Ashum Wayana Ayatwayana Takwasayana Amatoyana Ata Asama Yakwayana Taswaya Takata Kuma Jakata Sakata Kayato Sukata Sumaya Tata Atakata Ayata Alata Kayata Ayatakata Suya Takata Ayatakata Ayata Alayata Kumayata Katatas Amuyata Katasa Amuyata Katata Kumalaya
Yes, saya mayawa tuya kasia ta suya ta ya ta raya kana mayata taya suya sayana nana yawa ta ka kuya baba si wata sana Yahweh saya wata tana ya mama maua asaka suata saya waya tuaka
Ayatu ayakata suya takata tumalaya takata sunataka yatula yatamaya kayatata mutaya natu sukayata shulaya tumaya tasa umaya taya sumaya taya kayata umalaya takulaya tamaya shukayata umaya takayata sukulaya natasa Amaya, Boyanata, Amayata, Suata Kayatu, Alayana, Donata, Ashu, Ayakoyana.
Sotorundo ibimine me atutirinda kirini mishin. Doriana miarana ya koiri. Kurimaya suina enda nae rianam tiritapi. Tikaraya nika tupaina miarana itakirina. Suribaina ndirati surini. Ya baingarino.
Tiakarashaka Mokaria Roma Wamaya Kayana Yakianoya Kiaishia Konyaka Uakian Oceani Sakayata Yataya. Ui shiatayaka. Osisiniati. Ui ya palainata. Pishiniati. Pishiniati. Alikianisiaka shiano kia kia la ya tiana yaka siena kia siena kia ta siaka tia la siena kia la tia la sia tia la ya tia 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 la tia sia kia siena kia ya tia tia la sia kia la tia la o sia kia ya no ya sia kia la o siena ya kia tia la ya ay
Impressive.
Beautiful. That's a drum.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I feel that each of you is like a perfect note of a song, and every time that you intervene is just a divine manifestation, creating a massive, impressive perfection, because that's how it feels in the heart. We were talking about perfection. To me, this is perfection. And each of you created it. It's incredible. It's incredible. I'm sure that Eve is gonna be very happy about this transmission, and hopefully she will be with us soon, because she also speaks languages, and she's so looking forward also to come and join us. But before, she needs to go through these things, and I'm sure that this is gonna help a lot. Not only Eve, but many people out there, that they're gonna find this incredible transmission perfect. Really, really perfect. I was receiving messages during the transmission about, they were saying, we angels are here. Your light languages also are tools that you can use. You have so many entities, so many beings there to support you. Endless amount of beings, endless amounts of tools. But you shouldn't forget the most important one, that is yourselves. Yourselves raising the love and frequency. There is this tendency in this awakening of humanity of talking a lot about angels, talking a lot about galactic beings, talking a lot about tools that we are activating and developing, and somehow we are always leaving ourselves like in another level of importance. They were trying to call our attention and say, you are the most important thing, because you are reuniting and uniting all of them, all of the mentioned before, all the ones we have mentioned before, the galactic beings, the tools, and everything. You are linking all of them in your being and with each of you. So considering yourselves as the best and most powerful tool or divine tools alive and in action is very important, they were saying. And yeah, do not consider yourself little. Do not consider yourself powerless, because it's totally the opposite. You are the most powerful divine tool and divine expression. And so whenever you have a situation like this, if they were saying you have the power overall, you have the power, you can ask for help to others, you can take action using tools or different tools that might get activated within your system, or using musical instruments or something else. But do not forget that you are the most powerful one. And by you raising your frequency, doing things that excite you, doing things that make you laugh, that make you bring this child inside out, by becoming alive and more alive, you are raising your frequency and you are creating a natural protective shield where nothing can really interfere in your family or in yourself or in your surrounding, what you consider home or nest. The most powerful shield is the one that you create by raising your own vibrations. That was the message, summarizing everything.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I was like, wow, what? And that was a combination. Also, I didn't feel like that message was coming from my light languages. I felt that it was the united light languages. I never felt them separate from the starting. From the starting point, I didn't feel them separated. They were connecting so well, one with another. And yeah, I left my body several times. I saw Eve protected with this incredible light, blue, turning into purple, pink, and I could visualize exactly what I just mentioned. I could visualize her raising her vibration and recognizing the powerful being that she is, because I'm looking forward for her to overcome this process that she's going through, so that you can experience the energy of this lady, this sister, which you are gonna say, wow, yeah, and you really match with our love and energy from this group. You will see. When you
that is amazing. Ismael, I will share this a little bit with you, as we were all beginning to be part of the energy field and be part of the request to send something beautiful to Eve. And I was just listening a little bit and going through the different videos here to watch what everybody was doing and getting in the groove. And as you were saying, it's like an orchestra. And then I sensed there was a portion where I felt like everyone was handling a lot of the surroundings of Eve and clearing the path and filling it with love and filling it with like expulsion of whatever doesn't need to be there. But at one point I felt that somehow all of the energies just started to concentrate. Now let's leave the surroundings and let's just fill her up and reignite that person up, because what she needs is not so much that the surroundings change is to reignite that lens in her to see it differently, and that will completely change. And I started to see like everything just being pointed straight at her. It was just beautiful. So just supporting everything that you just said. It was great.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
That was awesome.
And
I love that.
Another wonderful thing to point at is the magic of light languages. It's the magic of how Tawa came in the middle of the transmission. He didn't know what was this intention about, and how he perfectly became part of every single note and melody perfectly, and that's the magic really of these light languages that keep surprising me every day more and more, of how out of what we consider control and mind logic is. They are so incredible. How Tawa automatically, with his sensitiveness, he just connect straight away and boom, and become part of the orchestra in a magic way, without preparing anything, without planning anything, or doing anything else. And that sounded.
Thank you.
When your voice started, it was like boom.
I'm grateful. Thank you for having me always here, brothers and sisters. But the most funny thing is, because I didn't know the intention consciously, I just went with it. I don't, you know, it's like again, that language, which, as you said, it's just language from our hearts. Is going deeper. It's going on a level where is no limitation. And because the intellect got a limitation, we's always trying to get back in there. Like, oh, what happened? How come that's sick? I went there, and for me, what I felt was almost like an activation. And I felt like an activation. A lot of brothers and sisters getting finally their light within their self, and getting almost that illusion being removed for some who are ready for. So I had really that sense of, here we go. We're all here together. Look at your truth. Feel that truth. Don't necessarily, you know, it's like, and that's why you went the way he went, you know, and I just jump in. But yeah, I'm grateful to be able to do that with all of you, because again, it's just a matter of letting go of the brain. And I know it's not easy, because I'm still doing that every day, working on that every day, letting go of the intellect at some level. But so yeah, thank you for sharing, because it's exactly, I was like, okay, what is the intention? I don't know. Okay, let's go. And then yeah,
I'm laughing, brother Tawa, because what you say summarize also everything that we've been talking before since we started the group. We've been talking about all the things that you mentioned, and you put them together once again, like what? And that produced a lot of happiness in myself. When once again you haven't only connected with the light languages, but the everything is really connecting, even what you didn't listen or heard before when we were chatting for such a long period before this transmission, and you were just mentioning the key factors of how to get into that alignment, how to be for ourselves. And at the end of the day, we are doing this to ourselves. We were talking a lot about this is not only sending the transmission for Eve, but we are benefiting from this expression that we are doing from the soul and the heart, each of us. And yeah, that's how it felt. It felt really like a incredible blessing from everyone. The prayers, everything, so many colors, so many so much beauty from everyone. There is not a separation. No, I cannot say, yeah, I have talked about how incredible Tawa was and all of that, but that doesn't mean that for me, any of you wasn't incredible. Totally the opposite. You were perfect, all perfect melodies, all perfect notes. And my heart was like, wow, once again. And every week I get to another level of wow, another level of wow. Because have you noticed how long this transmission was? Well, I lost the sense of time completely. But at the same time, when I was coming back to my senses, to myself, I was saying, oh my God, we are on and going on and on and on. And it feels so great. It feels so incredible. I can be here forever, really, forever, listening to this perfect orchestra. Thank you so much. Thank you. Before creating this transmission, I said because I felt this message, I wrote to Eve. I wrote, for some reason, I am getting the message that when you get the video and we do the transmission for you, if we do it, that this transmission should be played like in a speaker. Like if you are using your mobile, use the speaker. If you are using the computer, put it in loud, and let your house resonate with this vibration, so everything will be clear and everything. And that's what I left her written there in that private message. I think she's gonna love it, really. She's I'm gonna use it myself. Yeah, we can use it to clear. Anytime you feel your place full of density, use this transmission, because it's gonna be almost as good as Palo Santo. No, I will say equally good. Equally good as Palo Santo. We always create these comparisons.
You see, what you just said about Palo Santo is getting back to that thing of, we have the tools. We are the one activating the Palo Santo. The Palo Santo is nothing, but we are the one, the way you said earlier, we are the one activating that, the sage, through our vibration, through our language. And it's just a matter of really now integrating it all. And for me, it really is like, I love like language, and I love being with you, all of you here, because we just keep growing. We keep, mirroring again. I'm using that word. I love each other. So it's almost, it's like first time that I met Anne, but I felt straight away connected to our like language. I was like, oh yeah, we had a conversation in like language, and as the same about Luis. It's been a while I haven't seen Luis, but straight away I felt as well connection, but with all of you anyway, with everyone. But I love about that things where basically we relearning or maybe unlearning how to be our true self, how to be able to fully accept each other, because we are that part of that big body. And where we are that big body, we are all together. It's no separation. It's never been. We're just bringing back those biofeedback experience. And as I know I don't take care, but it's like today I got this beautiful message from Veronica, beautiful sister who sent me a light language. The synchronicity of that light language that she said, it was just unbelievable. It was the moment again where my vibration was going a little bit on those low vibration things and distraction, and she came up with the sound, and I was like, oh, go back to love, go back to my headspace, getting a better understanding of what I'm experiencing right now into my present moment, just by being present. And sometimes, we're forgetting those tools that we have with intention and just, action.
Just be.
So, thank you, all of you, for sharing the journey and the experience.
It's interesting because when you mentioned that Anne has been here for the first time for you, I was in that moment as a feeling in my heart, this feeling was coming across. And what I was feeling is that Anne feel like she has been here with us forever. And that feeling came across my heart exactly when you mentioned that. That is the first time that you have had this experience with her, and it still felt to you like it's so familiar.
It's the beauty of the soul connection.
It's exactly. It's once more a demonstration that we are unified, that we are connected, and that's why it's passing through my heart at once. Also, I was seeing that this week we are having the group on the 9th of the 9th, and we are nine participants today in the group. Something that I don't find accidental neither, and I find like a blessing, really. And we have been coming, going, calls has been dropped, people have been coming back, and like this, and it's incredible, no? That we at the end we end being 9, and it's really, really amazing, really amazing. What other experiences have you had during this transmission? Have you had something that you feel particularly like sharing with the group?
Free?
Totally.
I don't know, for me, I usually do my transmissions. I have the date. I usually do like the number, then the month, and then the year. But this morning I did 9/9/2021. So and then that transmission was community, connection, and co-creation. All of those are the themes. So everything is just tying the summary of this day. I don't know, for me, I just know that I'm meant to be here, and I was invited by Wesley in the past and it didn't work out, and then I've been connecting with Veronica and Facebook Messenger, and it's just, everything is just like today it landed, and it's such a blessing.
It is indeed. And thank you for sharing that. We have 2 Edgars now. He is bilocating himself. That's why we are 10 now. I assume that is because one of the devices stopped working, because this happens often. But yeah, we are still 9 and 10. And yes, I experienced also a massive cleansing in each of us, not only for Eve, but in every single member of the orchestra. I was seeing one by one how we were being clear of the density that has been accumulated, and also I was witness of chakra balancing in each of us, but not only the 7 chakras of the body, but also the outer chakras of the body that allow us to connect with the higher self and the everything, also to Mother Earth. So yeah, what a wonderful transmission, honestly. I mean, yeah, Luis.
I like it when how it happens in different layers. Like first, there's a lot of clearing. You guys work with the mind space, the chakras. I also felt the balancing, which was amazing. And the thing that stood for me was like protecting the mind when you are in a harsh space. And the voice helps with it to dissipate the darkness. When you are in a space where you can get stuck in some kind of cloud, then your voice is very important. Speaking like language or not, just sharing is super
Totally.
important.
Totally.
It was a beautiful transmission, many different layers, and held so much energy. Like, it was crazy.
It's really amazing. Really amazing. I think we can say and stay here forever saying good things about this, and it will never be enough in terms of words. And how magnificent this transmission has been, because it has been really a piece of art, really a piece of art for the soul.
Yeah. I also felt like a very different kind of protective energies, like mother energy.
Yeah.
Mother energy, and also like warrior energy. Yeah, and I also felt some kind of elementals with Anne as well.
Yes.
Which was beautiful.
yes, definitely. And Luis, I saw you at some point when I opened my eyes, also speaking light languages. Did you actually felt the talking?
I was kind of toning. There was something.
Toning.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
And also like balancing my own chakras at the same time.
And you were like, doing signs also.
Yeah.
Sign like language. Amazing.
I was actually going to ask if you guys are doing like activations, if you feel like it, if you guys have the energy, if you feel like it's a good
we can do
I'll ask for one.
We can do an activation for everyone, for everyone in the group and for everyone in the planet, so that these languages activate that is needed in that person in this period or in this moment of evolution. Maybe we can do another general amazing transmission that it could be another tool for everyone that everyone can use at any point and at any moment. I think it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, because like you said, like it's all for one, right? You do it for one person, but it's for one being at the end.
The feeling that what they always transmit me or tell me is that even if someone is asking for the request or for an intention for themselves, the light languages work for every single person who listens to them, for every person. Our mind like the feeling of that is going to you, to Eve, or is going to Peter, or if it's going to Antonio. But in reality, the light languages are so universal, so multidimensional, that they are really acting and working in everyone in so many levels, not only in the human level, but also treating part of us that are living another timeline and that we are not even aware in this timeline that they even exist. Well, the light languages break all these boundaries that the mind creates, and our point in evolutions creates also, or think that life is just this limitation, this up until this point, up until this line. No, it's really endless. There is no limitations ever in anything. And the more we integrate this concept within us, but not as a concept in the mind, but as an experience inside, the more we free ourselves, the more we really feel free. That everything is wonderful. Even a sad evening is wonderful. Even a nostalgic morning is wonderful. Is when you realize that everything is a another ingredient of a massive, wonderful thing that is happening to us. And that's life itself. It's so full of wonders, is so full of ingredients that no matter what, they have, some of them, they have more a bitter taste than others, but nevertheless, they are still incredible and wonderful, and they take you to another state that give us like a bigger sense of existence and openness. So it's amazing. It's really amazing, and that's how we started also this conversation in the beginning. And I just look at the clock there in the computer, and it's 2333. It's 33 past 11 here in UK. So we have 333s there, also confirming once again what we are saying and what we are sharing. So yeah, do you want to share something else with the group that you would like to say or add to what Luis mentioned, or towards the experience that we had before, or related to the transmission that we are just about to channel in terms of activating? Tawa.
A quick one, because
I would like to add a little something. I'll go after Tawa.
Oh, sorry. Luis, I think you mentioned you wanted an activation, but funny enough, it's like when I was mentioning that, I thought I was talking to you already in light language. So it's like and I think that's why I was sharing about like we need to drop from the head to the heart, because it's like as soon as we drop from there, it will flow even more because it's already there. Your light language is there. It's not even so. Yeah, just to say it, because it was strongly, it's like I mentioned your name, and it was strongly like, well, you speak like your language is already there, and as Ismael was saying, in order to drop into the heart, we need to stop the comparison. As human, that's the first thing we do. We compare each other, and we look sometimes and think, well, this is you. It's just you from a different perspective. It's just a matter of, okay, just repeat it. Don't even, just do, and you will start fine-tuning your own light language. But just fine. That's the message I just wanted to say, because you're amazing. Like everyone is here amazing. No one is above another one. We got a beautiful Ismael with the first felicitator, the leader, I would say the one thing, but it doesn't mean that he's above us. No. He's the one who been taking action to create a beautiful sacred space. And we come and fill up that space because of that attraction from our hearts. Not because the mind say, oh yeah, that's it. No, from our hearts. And when we come into this space, we're like, oh, wow. I meet people from everywhere. As I mean, she's in Quebec, I guess. You got Edgar somewhere else. We basically all spread in the world, but we are all part again. We said before of that same body. We are the living hologram, I would say, of Mother Earth. We are Mother Earth, and there is no separation there. So,
It's so beautiful. You're so beautiful, brother. Edgar, thank you.
Thank you. Tawa. I mean, that's super spot on. And Luis, I mean, a little something that I wanted to contribute to something that Ismael was saying prior to Tawa, in respect to even though we might direct our intention to one focus, one particular intention, it goes everywhere. It's just not selectively going to that particular person. And my analogy to that was, put yourself going through any different country that you've never been to, and you're walking by a park, and there's music playing in that park because someone is getting married, let's say, for example. So that music that is just being played for that particular event for those two people that are getting married in this example, because you're walking by it, you will hear it. You will hear it. So it is there for everybody, but there are other people that might walk by it and will not hear it. So it's the same thing as if you're watching a television show on one particular channel. All the other channels are still playing and they are existing there. But if you wanted to go to a different channel, you have to personally, in your heart, make that choice. And this is what Ismael also was saying before, that and Tawa was saying, pointing out, it's in you. It's really in you to make that change, not comparing anybody else. And like Tawa was saying, you're already in it. Whether you have realized it or not, you're already in it. You switched the channel already. Now you just have to take your mind away from it and it will just flow. It might sound like gibberish to you, but believe me, your body will know what's happening.
Yeah, and thank you, Edgar. And what I was feeling is when Luis asked for this transmission, what I was feeling is that this exactly the same. That this is not about activating Luis. This is. I was feeling that the light languages were going to work in Luis in a different way, more like removing the obstacles that may make him believe that he is not activated. And that's how I was feeling that these light languages are going to support you, not in an activation, but in removing anything that is stopping you from believing that you are already activated and that you have everything within yourself already, like there, and wanting to come out like, ooh, let me out, I want to dance.
and you just read my mind and my soul and everything.
Luis, and if I may add, because this is how I felt it for me, and maybe something might resonate here for you. The first, as a newcomer into the experience of things that your throat, your chest, your abdomen, your mind, your teeth, your vocals will do that you have never experienced before. As a newcomer to that, in my experience, I feel that a star being who's trying to express themselves in their language into our intention and bring all of their love into it, they also have to take a little time to accommodate and understand how to sort of own that for a little bit of your time to be able to do that. And in my experience, at times there were maybe 30 seconds to 1 minute of me making sounds that made no sense. And I later realized that they were trying to sort of accommodate themselves to, how does this instrument really work? How many strings does this thing have? And so while it may sound crazy to you, that's how sort of it can start. So you just have to get yourself away from it, remove yourself from it, and let it sound like gibberish. And before you know it, a few little things will come out and you'll ask yourself, did that just happen? And yes, it did.
Love it. Thank you.
Well said. Thank you, Edgar. Very nice. Very nice. Also, if you start yawning, like Wesley just did, it does sometimes come from tiredness, but do not always interpret that as tiredness, because often yawning is a sign or a reaction from the body going into a deeper state of calmness, a deeper state of connectedness to other dimensions and other levels. For example, this is something that when we get the training for hypnosis, this is something that Dolores Cannon used to say. When you see the person yawning during the during the induction that allows the person to get in this hypnotized state. Whenever you see them yawning, do not interpret that as they are falling asleep, because they are actually going into deeper level of consciousness. And you will see those who are not familiar with these videos or with the light languages, so that you are going to see many of us yawning here. And that is part of the effect that the light languages itself are having also in our system. And that's something that at some point they told me to say also in public, but I totally forgot before to say, because yeah, it's like so many things. We are constantly, for you watching this video, for the people who are not familiar with this, we are constantly receiving a lot of information during this transmission. For those who are allowing the heart, as we say before, everybody has these abilities. The more you practice the listening with your hearts, the more you are gonna start perceiving information that it doesn't come like in form like we've been used to when we came to this planet, that is from a language that tells you something and interpret a character or something or a word, and that give us a sense of something. In this experiencing light languages, it goes straight to your heart. It's information that goes straight to your heart, and suddenly you just know. Usually I put this example of asking someone, how do you know that you love your daughter? You just know. How do you know that you love your brother or every brother and sister here? Because you just know, you just feel it. It's like that. And in the same way, when we are going through a transmission, we are all of us here in a way like bombarded by so many emotions that are telling things that we know inside. Sometimes we have forgotten in our mind or through this human experience, and we also get activated in terms of remembering once again that is present within us. But yeah, the experience is also for many of us similar to what I described. It's like constant messages coming all the time, pam, 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 pam. And what my guides tells me is like, that one that you just felt, you need to say in public. And then they don't intervene for a while, like for 5 minutes, they are quiet. And at some point they tell me, that one is also another one that you should say in public. And that's how it works in my experience, no? In the experience I'm having here in the group.
Actually, there's one thing I just say it there. It's funny because you brought it up. I had a super long day and I have a super long morning tomorrow. I've been up super early, so I'll fall into transmission and then I'll scoot out because I have many jobs. There's one thing I would say to Lewis, and it relates to Ismael, you spotted, and what I've seen as well. And yeah, when you're working with these these codes. And it's just run you through. So I can't speak for you, but I imagine you're working with it anyway. And the other thing as well is you're projecting a lot of joy, and you seem like a super happy dude, man. And it's even when you're communicating, like I feel like that there's a rich. Well, actually, we all carry these medicines as well, and there's a rich kind of a joyous kind of it's a flavor, like it's our essence, really. We express our essence, and that's what's projected back out. It's our essence. So yeah, that's super, man. That's what I felt saying, because like that's it's super powerful. And then once you become aware of it, you're like going, so like somebody said to me, oh, you carry this whatever. It's like kind of a joke or kind of getting people going or whatever. But it's funny because it changes, because that's what we are. We could flip, like I do a flip the scripts a lot of times. But and that's just for me, no sharing again. It's like as Ismael said, sometimes I just feel called to write, like to say this, or sometimes I might even leave it go. Like even me expressing right, I had a big day and I'm here pretty tired. And then Ismael said, I can see you yawning. And then that's the message in for me, expressing again. So yeah, man, you're in it. You're actually, we're all in it. So then when we are in it, like so I'm not going to share this now quick because I didn't say it that much. When we are in it, they're all access hubs. So that's where they're all access hubs. So like you can imagine a crystal. So when we communicate, there could be many layers of the crystal. There's many fabrics of that crystal, and then there's a resonation of it. So one would pinpoint a resonation piece, but it's a finely tuned mechanism. And then that's what I feel, that's the unity then. That's when we all connect to each other, like, I get this, and so now yeah, I get that. Oh, kuyasa, yeah, really? Oh yeah, so what yeah. And if it's either native Indian, or communicating with her, or starting, so yeah. So that's the fine example of it. That's how connected we are of it, and that's what I feel is happening in the planet. Is we're all bringing in these branches of it, and we're all becoming more consciously aware of it. We're consciously expanding. And then we're all growing from each other, from saying is you, especially the language go kuya satata, oh yeah, I got this kuya sayata. So we're all focusing off each other, all sharing these links, like, and it's either someone who's looking for like an Egyptian code or whatever they're looking for, they're like going, yeah, just spinning that bit of it, and they're saying, all right, there's that. But then there's even further than that, and there's even more deeper layers than that. And Ismael, I would imagine you know that from working with your work as well, when you're going into that deep state place. And
Totally.
it goes beyond all the stories. It goes on all the places from Egyptians or the lands. It's nice to know all that. Like, I think it's amazing.
More and more what I experience in these sessions is like everything is really limitless, and that everything is possible.
Yeah,
everything, and we are really called to start integrating this, that we are limitless, that everything can come from Egypt in one moment, and anything can come from Lemuria, or at the same time from the two places at the same time, or multiple dimensions at the same time. Everything, literally everything is possible. And I think you very well explained with that analogy of talking to each other, how these things work, because we were all laughing here saying, whoa, yes, Wesley, that's what we all feel. That's what we all feel.
It's like what I would say, it's like a singing bowl, because that's the outside in. It's a singing bowl, and it's like that singing bowl, it's like right, I get this. And that's where the aspects of, is it like, when you would open up the sacred space, someone will bring in a certain it might be an understanding. I think it goes beyond the understanding. So this synchronization of information is calibrated within that part of the octave. There's many octaves within it, and then it's shared. And it's like one will come with a tonal part of that fabric, and then the other one will resonate with it. They're like, oh, I get this. And it is all the soul. It's connection to the soul, connected to the heart. And
wanted to add to that is so true, because sometimes in the beginning I thought, when I was starting to understand a little bit more and losing myself up, that all the beings that had the privilege to be aware to speak the language of light, they were just speaking it into space. And as I got myself out of the way more, And for example, with Wesley, he and I have had conversations in many different levels, just for let's say 15, 20 minutes in the language of light of different levels. So we can communicate. So it's not just throwing it out there. It's actually a way of communicating in a different density of who we are as human beings. Like, for example, I can tell Wesley right now.
So yeah, so that's the that's what I said. See, there's that instant communication within that waveband, because it's like that axis tone again. So you got that crystallization of the information that's within that octave, and then it's an expansion of it, but then it's already there anyway. And it's like recognizing the soul of the other within the self, and it's like, all right, it's amazing. And then it's superly done, Edgar. And I said at the start, I said you're weaving up and down through, and I'm like, oh man, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super. Big respect. Big respect to everybody.
Respect to everybody.
Big respect.
I was also getting that we've been programmed from our societies or from our cultures, that yawning in front of someone is a bad thing to do. They were saying it's completely the opposite. It's one of these things that you human has created, like a, let's say, like a ethical rule of behavior that is wrong, which ethically is not wrong at all, because as they were saying, it's part of your nature to yawn, and it's actually a wonderful thing to do, and actually feels great when we yawn. So why to stop that in front of each other? That's so silly. That's so silly. And to me, that's wonderful, really. When I see you doing that, I feel that you are cozy in this group. And I feel like a mother who see the children very cozy, very nice, comfortable. And to me, yeah, it comes in that form of message when I see that happening as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And also in the physiological level, when you yawn, the body actually pushes a lot more blood into your brain. So while we're trying to connect brain and heart to do this thing of communicating at a different dimension and a different density, it's kind of like going out for a workout and not having your little bottle of water there. So your brain says, I give me something, and we yawn and we fill it up. And, yeah.
That's it. It's so beautiful. Oh my God. It's incredible how we connect every single. It's like a continuation, no? Every collaboration for each of us is the continuation of the sentence, no? It's like the sentence never ends. There is not a period. Like grammar.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's amazing.
Constant expansion.
Yes.
Constant expansion.
Yes.
Yeah. Infinite. Yeah. Infinite. Infinite realities, infinite possibilities, infinite understandings, and then a synchronization back into the self. Then again, returning to oneness. I would imagine. What do I know? Yeah.
Wesley, you actually sound like a space scientist.
Space scientist.
And that's awesome.
No, I won't even get into that. That's very real.
Yeah, it is. So
Yeah,
real.
very real. Yeah. And Lewis, as I say, I kind of repeat what I say, but know that you're there again. Yeah, man, you just keep, as in, I say to, like, I kind of say to myself as well, with this stuff, the more we run it in, the better. Like, it's just so amazing what's happening, and it's like, I think it's so important, and like, as much of it comes in, the better, because we need this.
Yes.
You know, we need this, man. We need this.
Yes.
Yeah. So
this is really what we do in this group. Is really a divine reflection of what humanity can do, and if we truly trust, if we truly unite, we are just showing right now what happened, what we can manifest all together. If we
Sorry. Oh my God.
there is no need to say sorry. That sounded like languages, actually. So it's so interesting, no? How yes, we are just being at once, an example altogether of what we all humans can do if we really put the judgments aside, if we really tolerate each other to be as we are, without judging, without criticizing with malice, but just allowing them to be and to make mistakes, because those things that we consider mistakes, as we say in the beginning, there is nothing to correct, really. There is nothing to fix. There is nothing wrong, really. When we let the magic flow, all humanity becomes what we are really representing or demonstrating in this group together. And you can all, for all of you watching this video, you can all do this that we are doing here. You can all do this. This is not only us. We are not, as we mentioned before, we are not more special here, one person than another. When you integrate that, as Tawa say, when you integrate that in your hearts purely, you create another orchestra with everyone, and that is the human orchestra. And that's where we are heading. We are heading to be and experience this, that we are incredible, an incredible resonance frequency all at once. We are more and more of us every day awakening and participating in this orchestra, which brings to me so much hope and love, and I see that in children as well, which is so beautiful, in teenagers, which is so beautiful. It's happening. Yeah, and
sorry, not sorry. Thank you. I have to part ways. Something's calling my name, so I was just wondering if I could leave with a little message for you guys. Fiasi kinyakar, urarish yaka mania. I love you all very, very much. Till next time.
Lovely. Until next time. Thank you so much.
Peace and blessings, guys.
Yes. Right.
Okay. Wow. What a lovely visit, no? And what a lovely sister. Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. And the feeling that she's been here with us forever. Interestingly enough, this is what I have experienced with all of you from the very beginning, honestly. There is no deception, no exception. I cannot measure it with any of you, honestly. This is like it is. From the very beginning, I knew you. From the very beginning, it felt like we've been for ages together. And this is incredible. And this keeps happening. And that also makes my heart explode like fireworks, really, of happiness. Because it keeps happening, and every week we meet another sister or another brother. It's just saying, yeah, this is it, this is happening. No, if we have maybe what we consider a down during the week, we should remember these moments that we are having that are such a blessing. When we know that brothers and sisters, we are getting united, and it's so magic. Tawa, you want to say something? No?
No, I just noticed something that you were talking earlier when you were talking about numbers. And I look behind you, it's the 9-9, and it's the week 6-6. You got the mirror. So I was like, oh, okay. Oh. Sorry.
It's incredible how he is spotting everything. It's like boom, 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 boom.
I also saw 18 about like
yes, like another sign.
Right. We were speaking and 18 I was like anyway.
Yeah,
good,
yes,
good
totally,
time.
Mauna, totally. And how are you doing rehab?
Are
you there with us?
I think she's gone. Oh, she's still with us. Okay.
No, it's here with us.
Yeah, because she's overseas. She's in Tunisia, so the timing is late for her. But it's good that she's still with us. So
I'm here, beautiful souls. I'm here.
How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Oh wow! Just like traveling to another dimension or another another tribal community, like shamans or just wow! I really appreciate and it was an exceptional experience. Really.
We are not in everything we are saying. We are not excluding you because we are all of us feeling your energy here.
Exactly.
All the time.
Thank you, Ismael. It's really a pleasure for me. It's maybe we talk different languages, maybe we are from different backgrounds, maybe from different religion, but there is one thing that let us assist to this meeting. It's our humanity. So let's celebrate this uniqueness. Let's celebrate our light, and thank you for your generosity, brothers and sisters. And you are very beautiful. and sending you all my love and blessings from Tunisia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We do feel
it. That you do also an activation for her if she's interested. I don't know. So you can see if you can channel anything for her that needs, maybe she needs to heal or unblock something, to see if you can channel anything for her. But one thing for sure is that she has a beautiful soul and she's at the right place with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Moon. Thank you.
You know, here we share love. Even me, I don't really speak light language. For the moment, I simply want to move. I feel like the need to move, you know. But it's something, it comes naturally. You know, it's not something you force, it comes naturally. So if one day you wake up in the morning and you want to move and you want to think where it's coming from, it's coming
why
from,
not?
it's coming directly from source, from Allah, you know? Who was that? Was that Tawa? Was that you, Tawa?
No.
That was your son?
No, it was in Luis' room.
Please, you can make all the
Sorry.
sounds. You can make all the
Sorry.
sounds.
Sorry, guys. I'm actually gonna to jump out and Louis, best of luck. You're lovely. You seem like a lovely person. I knew it to start. And yeah, I wish you all the best. And I'm there in the activations anyway, so I'm gonna go out with this. Peace out. God bless. Love you all.
God bless, brother.
Thank you, you're awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, amazing. Yes, the activation is gonna be for Rehab, it's gonna be for Luis, it's gonna be for each of us here and for everyone watching the video. This activation is gonna be working in multiple dimensions, like it was said before, and the light, what I get in the way that my guides tell me for the human mind to understand it, it's like we have to imagine that the light languages have intelligence by themselves, so they know where to go in your body and balance something. They know where to go in your system to activate something, and so on with everything else, with everything that you need. So it's not like I'm gonna send you just some light for this and for that and for that. They are not limited. And they will be even working in so many levels and these levels are not going to be even for activations. They're going to be for many other things that we are limiting with the mind here. So be ready. What I always say is open yourself, embrace yourself for anything positive to happen, and not only the activation of a gift that you might have, but for anything. It can be welcoming abundance in terms of economy. It can be anything really, anything. So yeah, they always tell me the best thing you can do during the light languages transmission is to become like a sponge and embrace the whole transmission, and do not limit with your mind anything by saying this is for my heart chakra, or this is just to activate my light languages. No, leave the window open. Let the spectrum wide open to any possibility, because that's where the light languages are gonna come. You are gonna open the door to them, and you are gonna allow any miracle to happen. So yes, whenever you like, we can start with the transmission. Once again, I want to say also that Mouna, you mentioned before that you don't speak the light languages, but every time you play the ball, it's like a perfect timing. It's so perfect. It does sound like if you are playing the singing ball in the perfect moment, just in the perfect moment. So, and we don't only feel the ball and the singing ball. As I said before, we also feel our hearts. And this is not to say how special we are. No, this is something that is a fact. We feel the energy from each of you here. And when we were doing the transmission for Eve, see every single one of you, not as the human body, but as light, and I knew that that light was each of you. So yeah, if you feel also another thing that they were telling me, because Mouna was mentioning that sometimes you feel like your body like wanting to dance or move. In the Spanish and Portuguese group, I have this lady called Susana that often she do exactly what Luis just done, which is to put the chair aside, put everything aside, and she let her body move and do any movement that she feel called to do. If you here in the group, you feel like doing that, like just Luis just did, or someone watching the video feel like the movie is asking to move, please do not repress that form of expression, because if the body is asking you to dance, if the person is asking you to move, that is also a blessing that you are going to feel intensified, multiply, and exponentially expanded when you let that flow through you. It's very important, very important. Dancing
Absolutely.
is communication, dancing is expression, dancing is expansion, and it's wonderful. So please do, if you feel the call to do it, please do. At any time, not only in this group, but in any time in your lives. So whenever you like, well, if you want to add something to what I'm saying, please do. If not, we can go ahead with the transmission, Edgar.
I'll add just one quick thing that I think, I mean, everything that you said just hit my heart, and in such a good way. And one thing that I learned was really align with what you're saying, to just be open to receiving without any expectation, because the language of light speaks under the skin into your the cells of your body, and thinking that you have over 340 trillion DNA cells in your body, it would be best for you not to try to expect that what we're doing as an activation will hit a particular part of your body, but more let your cells grab anything and everything that they will need from what's going to be shared with them, and that will give you fantastic results without any expectations, whether it is moving, dancing, doing something with your hands, speaking it, painting. All these things will be a way of your body receiving what we're about to send out.
Perfectly said. Thank you so much, Edgar. Thank you. That's resonating as a beautiful song. Yes, let's go ahead. So yes, let all the light languages reach every single chromosome, every single part of your DNA, because that's all about allowing ourselves to receive in a limitless way. Thank you, Edgar. Thank you. Let's start whenever you feel like it. Please do start. Tantana kuma chama chumini nya kuma chawa chuba. Chuma ikana kuma tata. Tana makuma chicha kuma chicha kuma chicha ma. Tana kuma tai sin chawa machi. Shan cha cha kuma.
Sia tata kakara baru di sini juga kuku ada kata tahu.
Onacha o macha macha
ada dari kata
kumacha kamacha makumachu machi ne tekina kumacha Anakama necha chumachi na kumacha mama ise mama chumichi mama china na mama tatana na mama ene chama chana ana umacha ini tana kumacha neki Chikana kumachi inawa mataye na oane. China kumacha uma. Acha omachi shatanuka ina kumacha umai shineki yato. Kumaka acha omacha umache nai ina macha macha. Chama kumacha ma. Chana kuma. Chuma chama kachi machi. Ona Hawaii na kumacha ita china na wa mata tangana mokumacha kumacha wa mama mama Chana kumacha cha winikia kwa macha Chana kumacha nana nini ya kumacha mama kwa macha kumacha chama kumacha mama Homa nya umai inikia na wanaisha mama Homa nana numana nana kumacha na kumacha mama kumacha kumata Oh mama mayo machi kuma mayo kunyana kumacha cha Oh macha cha cha kumacha chicha kumacha China mama machu chana kuatatana. Ana kachina du macha mama papa china kumacha wama papa. Shaka kanya chika kwa inika kwa hanata. Ana wamata. O macha mama ena o mai shuko machu papa. Wana kaya shomaya nama kuana tumashaya na anya waya na waya nama shawana waya shawai ni mama waya na wana tawaya
Shumaya
oh maya na wa mama ya na waya oh maya na oh maya na wana ya oh maya na wa maya jai na kwa maya chawa maya jamaya na wa maya cha chawa chawa ma ai da o maya na o maya na o maya na o na o maya na o maya na o maya na Juani kia Juanata yo mama ishia makuma chai nika wana wati ana wanata ye ishi nikia maguma tayo mai shiti ana wata ni ya Juana tayo wata ye shawai natayo maya shua ni ya wama ya ya mama. Oh, macha mama machina mama. Oma chama mama machi mama 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 papa machi mama Oma chi ni ya mama papa mama Oneta oma chama oma I ne ya oma we Ana oma hena mama oma hena mama oma we Hena mama oma mama oma oma hena mama oma hena mama oma 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 Chana kumacha yo no kuini ya kwata.
Sanaka shaka sekuku kumohi iya shikata. Tanada skutu. Yeah, but you too kukubu. Yeah.
Surumbo ini diri terai koko iri ini shima ini tukuru ya papa ini sana kriya tuturu ya tuturu ma papa ini kriya itu kusto ini na diri ya ka iri na ina kriya suri ya kambaya na ya kriya tai kriya ini ya tai kriya nai burai amai de kai nai nai yang maya na kriya na yala tai na namai vera nai ayo Shani ata kakuri pini kibitando sububu yani mindipirina ya tatu irianamo imani akulo irina asitinda yetipe ya kakumo mona masuku shatandiri birina itirina isakaya shorondo kono mombo ini atirinda tulipo itirina shomo mama itirina shutu itiata o kana namanya karenia minateti
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. How was that, Luis?
It was interesting.
Was interesting.
Yes. I really recognize some of the things Edgar was saying, and your entities were like, you're one of us, like, and I kind of felt like I was in a.
Did you realize that you and I were having a conversation?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
All right. At one point, I focused on you, and I said, let's talk now. And I could, we knew what you were saying. Yeah, we were on.
And it's such a strange feeling because like I super knew what you were saying, but I had no idea at the same time.
That's
but
how
my
it
soul,
feels.
like, yes. But I was at some point. It felt like I was in a airport for spaceships, and yes, a lot of remembrance, and but yeah, it all felt very cosmic and super beautiful.
And you know, the cool thing is that sometimes you just have to, like, for example, what you said right now, that you're saying, I kind of like feel like I understood what you were saying, but at the same time, I feel like I don't know what's being said. It's okay to live with that reality for the time that it will take anyone to grasp both. But the fact that you're joyful about the experience, that's the baseline. That's really the foundation of the entire thing, you know?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Thank you, Edgar, and your team.
When we allow those experiences, we are actually allowing ourselves to activate not only the light languages, but everything. With that sense of I know, but at the same time I don't know. That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. That's okay. It's part of transcending the mind and going into another level that we are capable to experience, and to be in that level is really a blessing. In that line is a blessing, because there is where you start perceiving extra things that usually in 3D we didn't pay attention to, or that we usually don't pay attention to, or we block it. Literally, we block it because we just didn't consider it important or our parents didn't consider it important. So in our societies, we don't have that as something that is important. At some point, I would like to bring that also to the educational system, let also the children know that point that Edgar mentioned, that level, that let's say interdimensional space is important, that we allow it to be and to happen. And it's something. It's not what the mind say, no, that's nothing. That is only me making this up or blah, blah. No, actually in that space is where all the magic happens. Happens. It's very important to become more and more aware of letting that space happen, like Edgar very well said. Yeah, this is very important.
Ismael, and also for everybody that is listening and will watch the video at some point, and Luis, you know, and I'm speaking just strictly from my personal experience, and I can just imagine that some of us still go through this experience and may go through this experience, is that we have this group today, combined, you know, 9, 10, 11, 12 people that feel the same thing. So it's so much more comfortable to feel what we're feeling here, because it's a safe landing space. But between now and the next time that you get to experience this, you on your own, each one may have circumstances where you will question yourself, did that stuff really happen? And that's the work that we need to do, to chip away from all those coatings that have been given to us through social media, through education, through this is not happening. But as you chip away and you find yourself, I'm not really sure, remember what you just did today, because it did happen. And you were in that space where the skin of the two worlds is very, very thin. You were there today. You were there and you were there. Definitely. Right in between.
Definitely. Yeah. Yes. And also I saw all of that you say, Luis, about spaceship, galactic beings interacting from so many dimensions, from so many levels. That was like living a movie from Lucas, how they call it, Lucas Skywalker, or I don't know how it's Lucas films, like from Star Wars, really, like so many species with different faces, with different way of communication. So many spaceships with different shapes, and I would say, "Whoa! I'm really living one of these Lucas movies." Really, like I mean, if I had the ability to create a movie, oh my God, and they really gave me a lot of representations and pictures of how that movie could be. And I think movies themselves, they are all channel things. I mean, these people who produce movies or the directors, they are all together doing the same. They are channeling and they're bringing information. I'm not trying to say that everything that happened in Star Wars is the truth, but a lot of things happening in Star Wars is truth. Maybe not in this planet, or that we are aware in this planet, but many other planets is happening. And also when we see these Marvel movies about heroes, they use the term heroes for us to accept it, for the mind to don't reject the information that these movies bring. But these movies, they have so much also wonderful information that is connected to the soul. And yeah, all these UFO movies that they are more and more happening, they are actually acting in our planet in a way for the humanity to start getting used to the first encounters with other aliens.
But I think it's like so funny, because majority of the people are like very ignorant to this kind of things. Like they are not aware, and actually the way is shown to people is like so far from the truth.
Yes.
People are like,
yes.
Oh my God, people are going to Mars, and is there life outside? But man, like people are speaking like language. People are channeling higher dimensional beings, extraterrestrials, like right now.
Right
It's
now,
happening
exactly.
right now.
You don't need to watch a movie in order to see that. But it's true. But there is when I ask about exactly what you just mentioned, I have asked several times, why do they do the movies that way? And they say that they do it because what you just said, that a lot of people are still ignorant to these things that we are sharing here. So
there needs to be a preparation, right?
Yeah.
Of consciousness.
Yeah. It's like they have to create all this drama, all this theatrical movie in order for them to get the message within, the importance within. So it's a way to create an approach to the human mind that is so judgmental. Because if we go outside there, I know that these videos usually get to the people who are meant to connect with these videos. These videos didn't reach to everyone. I know that because of the people that make the comments under the videos. Usually they are people interestingly evolved and interestingly connected to us. And it doesn't go to the majority. So, and it's something I don't push like others YouTubers, that they want to be famous and that they want to have that they understand success we equal the more subscribers I have, the more successful I am. No, in my ministry here on earth, I don't feel things that way. I know that I'm bombarded by friends, by so many people trying to put me in that vibration, trying to put me often with conversations that they have with me in terms of, oh, you have already 720 something subscribers. You are very important. And I say, really, I really don't experience this way. And it's because exactly what we are mentioning here, because I'm pretty much aware that my videos don't go and reach everyone, and that's fine. That's fine with me. That's how it should be. Gradually, it will get to reach more people, but gradually, in divine timing. What happened? All these people that they cannot proceed or process these videos, they need these movies, they need these songs. Sometimes it comes in songs, sometimes comes in form of fairy tales, also from cartoons and so on. So many things that artists bring to the planet as a manifestation of something they are channeling, and it's not nothing is a mistake in the way they do it. For many of us, it might sound like, why they just don't go straight to the point, and they start talking with their hearts, and they start being genuine and authentic? It's because they have their own process, and usually these people who seem to be ignorant, they are just in their process, and we need to be patient for them. And we need these movies, really. We really need all these songs, all these movies, all these paintings. You, Luis, you love photography. Photography brings so much of this, the way of looking at life. That's what I like from photographers. They are teaching without saying anything with words. They are teaching humans how they can be more sensitive to spot the beauty from life. And that is incredible. That has so much power. And for so many people, still they watch a pictures or a photograph, and they say, "This is nothing really. This doesn't tell me anything to me." That is what their minds are telling them. But subconsciously, they are learning from your photograph. They are learning the essence that your soul wanted to transmit with that photograph. They are not aware of it, maybe today, but at some point, everything is gonna click, and at some point, it's gonna be part of their health. It's gonna be part of it is already part of their evolution, but they are just not aware that photograph helped them so much. And maybe they leave this plane, maybe they leave this body not knowing that photograph helped them so much, but the photograph did help them so much. It was another element that was necessary there for them to click and go into another level of understanding their own lives and life itself. Yeah. It's incredible how we all work and how we resonate, some of us with some art or with some form of expressions, and some others we resonate with some others. But gradually I'm realizing that all of them, they are incredibly perfect. And that's why there is so much variety. And that's why there is so much spectrum in art, because it has to be that way so that it can reach so many people who are different in many aspects in terms of receiving things, because some people block the sensitivity when they are looking at a painting, at a drawing, or like I said before, at a photograph. Maybe a photograph doesn't tell them anything, but it's actually doing a lot. You are all doing a lot. And this is another reason why we should be giving more credit to what we do. When we feel something, we have to be giving credit, because you might not know the huge number of people that you are helping with your photography or with your painting or with your light language, like Veronica sent light languages to everyone.
Yeah.
And like Tawa say, you
Yeah.
send them in the right timing, and that made my day. This is happening constantly. Or playing the singing bowl, or making a prayer. Nobody knows that someone is doing a prayer. It's helping maybe 1,000 people in Afghanistan. And this is it. This is how we interact. This is how we work. And everything can be felt in that line that Edgar mentioned, in that line or a space that Luis mentioned, in that space where you start feeling that there is something and your mind says no, but your heart says yes. And there is where we need to start saying, I'm gonna let this happen more often to myself. I'm not gonna block it next time. I'm gonna just recreate myself in that space, because it's wonderful. The more we do that, the more incredible things happen.
Totally agree also with what you're saying, and I wanted to just jump in a little bit, not to take much room, but Luis, I think that your question is a beautiful question, and I think it's a question that as each of us continues to be more curious and learn more and find tips from other sources, we struggle with the question of like, why aren't they here? Why aren't they getting it? And that's a little bit of a struggle. But as Ismael was pointing out, and it took me a little while to live in peace with that's how it is. The fact that if, for example, you are a chef that has just an amazing taste for luxurious, deluxe meals, and you put them together, and now you want to open a restaurant in a community where people mostly eat, hamburgers, hot dogs, vegetarians, and on your opening date, you can't serve, however beautiful and nutritious your deluxe, luxurious style of cooking is, because you're not going to really bring them over. You're going to have to come down a little bit and serve some hamburgers, hot dogs, and vegetarian, and then include one or two of your specialties so that you can introduce them little by little, because everybody has their threshold of when am I ready to see something. And like you, I've seen some documentaries or movies that try to bring a message of there is a little bit more out there than what we've been told, but they utilize the plot as a drama of love between a boy and a girl. And I'm thinking, like Ismael was saying, why don't they just get to the point? But that's the struggle, and that's how it's being served, so that everybody has an opportunity to little by little find what we are privileged here to now be aware of. And that was just my take on that, on my feelings on it.
Thank you, Aga. Very beautiful.
I have a quick one. I don't want to disturb. I just need to go.
Yes, we are going to leave, Tawa. We are all going to leave. We're going to wrap it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tawa.
Thank you, Tawa.
Tawa, thank you, man.
So very grateful to everyone.
Yes.
If I may just add something on about the music and the movies, if you allow me, Ismail, it's just
Go ahead.
Thank you so much. I think it's very important as light workers that we use our discernment at all times, because some music and some art is an insult to source. There are lots of false idols out there, so we have to use our discernment, and you feel it when the music is coming from someone connected to source or someone connected to dark entities. We directly feel it. Movies, we have to use also our discernment, because a lot of movies out there are total programming, just like the mass media. So it's very important that we make the difference, because, some music and some movies, they elevate our consciousness and vibration, and other ones, they lower our vibration. Like, say, for example, I'm going to take an example of the game industry. The game industry
I lost
today.
the sound.
Sorry? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Ismael?
Ismael, can you hear us?
Yeah,
Can you
now I can hear.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so the game industry also, it's the same thing. Some of the games are so violent out there. It's like, you know, they want to program children, they want to make them used to violence from a very young age. So again, that's why I really insist on light workers, star seeds, being of light, serving source, serving God, whatever we want to call it. We have to use our discernment because, you know.
Super spot on, Mona. Super spot on.
Yeah.
I agree 1,000,000,000% on that. And my little addition to that, because I have been face to face with experiences that put me in that threshold of what am I facing here? And the difficulty when everybody says, just use your discernment. It's like, what do you mean by discernment? I don't even know the area or the space. How do I know this is, and this is where we can reach out. Yeah, or for me, was not only my heart, but to go out and reach out to people that now I have began to respect because of their experience with this many more years than I have, and compare my notes with theirs. And even with what they said, I would still go and look out for another one. And then with 3 or 4 or 5 sources that I've been able to compare, my heart then tells me I'm aligned with him, with her, with him, with her, with him. I know where my direction is.
Exactly.
But you're true. All the polarities will exist in everything that we see. And that's part of what it is.
Exactly.
And everybody is pushing as hard as they can to their side of the polarity. But we have the privilege now with our curiosity to have come to this level, and we will continue to be exposed. But the ones that are beginning in their exploration and the newcomers are more prone to be pulled left and right, as you're saying, with the games, with the movies, with everything. And this is where we, I think, can be helpful in saying, if you have a question, at least there were 9 people here that can help you. You know, point a little bit more into a different area, and then check with her, check with him, and then see where your heart is. And if you want to come back and question again, question again, question again. You know?
Absolutely, absolutely. So
there's a last recommendation about this topic. Like there's a website, I don't know if you guys know it. It's called Vigilant Citizen. It's very interesting because they point out all of actually there's a lot of symbolism out there connected to this dark stuff that is spread out in the media and the music industry, and it's just good to be aware, you know, because sometimes it's subtle. It's like images, symbolism.
They use it subconsciously. We see it every day without even realizing.
And this website is super interesting because they it really showcase some of the things that are going out there that we as like light workers, we have to be also like aware of this.
Even the light, you know,
other side.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Louise. Even like the light workers movements, even some of the light workers movements have been
like the false light and everything.
Yeah, because like they are everywhere. They're infiltrated everywhere. I swear, we have to use our discernment, and we feel it with our. You feel it when someone is serving the dark and someone serving the light. We feel it straight away. It's they don't even need to speak. You feel it in the vibes. You feel it in the energy. We are all frequency, you know. But I think what's important is that I did not speak much because I was enjoying so much the level of consciousness, the level of energy in the group. And I told even Ahab, I told her, you know, this group, the energy is so high.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's always a pleasure for me to join in. And I know even if I don't, I'm not like, yet totally activated in light language, I still communicate my energy in my way, you know, by simply being here, by simply being present, by simply sharing, by simply sending my prayers, my vibes, my love, my unconditional love. And I'm so grateful to you all. What I will simply add is that it's important that we remember we are all sparkles of the divine, so we can embody all, embrace all our higher self. And the best way to embrace our higher self is, of course, to let go of fear, of doubt, which is more easy to say than do. You know, sometimes life triggers you so much that you get touched, even though you think you're strong. So always remember to that we have everything within us, that we are divine creators, and that we have to come to the present, to the quantum field. This quantum field is like le paradis d'Ali Baba. It's like the paradise of Ali Baba, where you can order anything you want. You simply need to focus on your mind and align yourself, know how to speak to the universe, always use I am, positive affirmations, and things come naturally. You know, when the intention is pure in your heart, everything finishes to go your way. Even if you go through storms, at the end of the day, it's to clear your path. It's not to put you more blockages, you know. So thank you so much, Ismail, for making it happen, for everyone here. You're all awesome, awesome. And I really am very aware of the fact that I am blessed by being surrounded with so many awesome souls around me.
Oh.
And I'm meeting new souls every day. I'm meeting like Louise, we never talked before. I'm meeting Edgar today, which is, I mean, your interventions were absolutely exquisite, you know? So thank you all. Thank you all.
Big hugs to everyone. And yes, I wish you a wonderful week. Thank you so much for this one more time, an incredible experience. I'm not going to add much more because I think Mona described everything perfectly. Yeah, I felt the same, and this has been amazing from each of you, and thank you for creating that. Yeah, I gotta say also. And thank you for coming, Rehab.
Blessed day. Blessed
everybody.
Thank you.
Blessed week.
Thank you for all of you, and sending you much love and blessings and deep healing from Tunisia. And I'm really honored to know you, and especially to feel your beautiful souls. Really.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.
Thank you, lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night, a good afternoon, a good evening, wherever you are in the planet.
You have the same time. You're in England, Ismail. What time is it for you right now?
Luis is in Brazil, I believe. No? What time is it there, Luis?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Wow. 9 p.m.
For me, it's 8 p.m.
For you?
For me, it's 8 p.m. in Montreal.
8 p.m.
It's 1 p.m. In Tunisia.
1 a.m. in Tunisia.
4 p.m. in
a.m.
Tunisia.
Sorry, it's 1 a.m.
1 a.m. in Tunisia.
1 a.m.
What about you, Edgar?
It's same as Mona. I'm 8 o'clock p.m. on Thursday evening.
So yeah,
And for you, Ismael?
For me is 1 a.m. 1 a.m.
Bedtime.
Bedtime, exactly. That summarizes everything. And Veronica, I think, is 1 a.m. as well. Because she's in Portugal and we have the same time. We cannot hear you, Veronica. You are muted.
You're muted.
There you go.
Also 1 a.m. too.
Okay.
It's
And
bedtime
Ismail?
as well, no? 1 a.m. 1 a.m. as well.
Okay. Love you all. Love and light.
Good night, good afternoon.
Good night.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.